When it comes to investing in real estate, way too many people are undermining the importance of using leverage when it comes to real estate. I think all of us have a general understanding of what leverage is and how important it is when you go out there and buy real estate, but the thing that a lot of people are missing is just how powerful this actually is. I want to talk about some concepts here in this video that you will find important when it comes to using leverage in your own business and why you have to use leverage if you're looking to grow a real estate portfolio. Now, a lot of people out there will say, hey, yes, you can use leverage, but I want to pay cash because then I can get the cash flow from it and it can grow quicker that way. But it is proven time and time again that if you use leverage in your real estate business, you can actually grow at a much quicker pace. I'm going to show you a couple examples here on my computer. I want to talk about why leverage is so powerful and why you should use it in your business. The first thing I've got to point out to the people who want to go out there and pay cash is like, look, if you look at the situation where interest rates are at, right now they're sitting in the low 3% at the time of this filming. If you go out there and you get a loan at 3%, that basically is almost the equivalent of what we see in inflation every single year. Now, inflation goes up, it goes down, but they try and shoot for that about 2% per year inflation mark. So if inflation is going up 2% per year, but you've got a rate that's locked in at 3%, that inflation almost wipes out the entirety of that interest that you're paying on that loan. Now, of course, it doesn't work across the board always like this, but theoretically, you should be able to increase your income at the similar pace of what inflation is, or the real estate will at least grow in value similar to what inflation is also, right? These asset prices continue going up. So either your potential income that you're using to pay off that mortgage will continue to go up, or the rents will go up, or the property value will go up as well. So those are just a couple reasons why getting a mortgage loan is so much better than paying cash. Now, of course, if you pay cash, you do get the buying power and that can go a long way. But in the end, if you're looking for a smart financial investment, going with leverage, getting a mortgage on the property is going to be the best option. Let's jump into my computer here and take a look at this little example that I've got, and hopefully this will help you understand why leverage is so important. Okay guys, so as we jump into the computer here, let's say that we've got an example home that's going to cost you $500,000, right? We're just going to go ahead and write 500K up here, good old Microsoft Paint right here. So we've got a home that's $500,000. Let's say that you're buying this as an investment property and you're going to do just a traditional 20% down. So you've got your box here, this is going to be that represent the full 500%. You're going to have this section here, which is going to be the mortgage in the black right there, and then your down payment is going to be in green right here. So you're going to get you're going to have 100K right here as your down payment, and then you're also going to have 400K as your loan right there. So we've got a little bit of space there, ran out of space. So that's going to be your traditional investment property, right? Now, if you take that $100,000, you invest it in this property, and you now control an asset that is worth $500,000. A lot of people say, okay, cool, this is, a lot of people get this wrong, and they actually look at this and say, I'm going to put in $100,000, and now I get to control an asset that's worth $500,000. Well, what does that mean, right? Because you still carry $400,000 worth of debt. So it's not like you're in any better position at the time that you buy this home. Where the real power comes in is when this property goes up in value, you get to realize the entire benefit of that, right? Because the amount that you owe is not going to change. It's actually going to go down as you make your payments over time, but the amount of equity that you have in the property is going to go up. So let's say that in a couple of years, this home is now worth $600,000, right? So we've got 600K and we've got our box here. Well, now you've got a loan that's going to be, let's say we've got the black here. So you're going to have your loan right here, and that's going to be probably, you know, let's say 390, okay, because you paid it down a little bit, so that's 390K. And then you've got over here your equity position now, which is your down payment plus the equity that you've built in the property. Because the home has now gone from $500,000 to $600,000, this equity in the property is now sitting at $210,000, right? You've got $200,000 because it went up $100,000. You already put in 100, and then now you've paid down the loan $10,000 as well. So this is why you get to realize the benefit of an increasing value on your property, right? If that property goes from $500,000 to $600,000, you get all $100,000 of that. The bank is not going to get any more money even if that property goes up in value. So this is where the leverage really comes into play, right? If you're investing in other types of vehicles, if you're investing in stocks or bonds or collectibles or whatever, you don't get to use these types of methods, right? I guess of course you could go and buy those on on margin or whatever, but In most cases, you're not going to be able to use leverage like you do here. The other thing that I've got to point out is that you're also going to be getting the benefit of having the tenant pay down the mortgage for you, right? This extra $10,000 right here is not something that you had to pay for in order to get that value. The tenant actually paid for it on your behalf. And you're also getting the benefit of getting tax benefits from owning that property, right? You can depreciate the property, which potentially could save you tens of thousands of dollars per year if you use this properly. So this is just a quick example. I just wanted to point out this fact because this is something that a lot of people are missing. When they go out there and they invest in real estate, they're missing the fact that you go from $500,000 to $600,000 on a property, you get the full benefit of that increase in price. The bank does not benefit from that, and that's really where the leverage comes in. You know, when somebody says, hey, you can put in $100,000 and control an asset that's worth 5 times as much, that's what they really mean. That's the real benefit of it. It's not just the fact that you own a $500,000 property for $100,000. When that property goes up in value, you get to realize the whole potential of that property. Now, last thing I want to point out is, let's say that you go ahead and you sell this property and you're going to cash out $210,000, right? We've got this mark here, and you're going to go ahead and put in $100,000 into 2 other properties that are going to be, let's say, $400,000, right? So you've got $400K here, and you're going to have 2 properties, so we're just going to draw 2 boxes here. Now you're going to take that 210, and I'm not accounting for any fees or points or anything that you're going to have to pay in order to do this, but you're going to go and buy 2 properties that are now $400,000. You're going to get your mortgage of $300K on each of these, and you're going to put 100 into each of them as a down payment. And now you own 2 properties that ideally will continue to go up in value over time and will increase, and you will be able to realize the benefit of both of those properties over time. So we've got 100K here. Sorry for my scratchy handwriting. You've now got 2 properties that are worth 2 properties are worth $400,000. You put in $100,000 on each of them, which is going to be 25%, and now that amount is going to grow. Let's say that goes into $500,000. I'll just do this down here. You've got $500K down here for the 2 properties. Right now, this amount has gone up to $500,000 for both properties. So now you're sitting on $200K for each property because of that increase in value. So this is how you continue to roll this up, right? This is why the snowball effect works in real estate so well, and you can do all this tax-free using a 1031 exchange. So you can take that $100,000, roll it into, ideally that property goes up in value. Now it's worth $500,000, and you get to the point where you now have $200,000 worth of equity in each of those properties. So you just took $100,000 and turned it into $400,000 just by letting the property appreciate in value. Now this could take years, right? It could take 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 10 years to do, but going from $100,000 to $400,000 with really just owning the property and maintaining it, not to mention the benefits of the paying down of the mortgage or anything like that, or the tax benefits. I mean, this is just a no-brainer, guys. So this is what leverage is really all about. I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you in the next one.